So for the next 5 weeks, including today, we're going to be focusing on the Prana Vayus. So the Prana Vayus are the movements of energy in your body. So depending on which yoga postures you do, what pranayama you do, what meditations you do, will help to move energy in a certain way to help you. So yeah, there are 5 Prana Vayus. There is Udana Vayu, which is the upward and outward moving energy. There is Pran or Prana Vayu, which is the inward moving energy. There is Samana Vayu, which is energy that moves from the periphery into the center of your body. So it's kind of like an assimilating force. There is Apana Vayu, which is a downward and outward movement, great for elimination. We're going to love that week. And then there's Vyana Vayu, which is a spiraling from the center of the body out back into the ether. So it's about kind of integrating into the world. And we'll spend 1 week on each one of them. Tonight, we're going to start with Udana Vayu, which again is that upward and outward movement of energy. So this Vayu, this wind, Vayu means wind. So I'm going to be throwing around some Sanskrit. You don't have to remember it all, but it means wind or movement of energy. So Udana Vayu governs standing up, speaking, effort, enthusiasm, willpower, and self-expression. So if you have been, like, this is a great practice to do if you have been feeling down a little bit energetically. Maybe you have been lethargic, apathetic, depressed. This is going to be a kind of a practice that's going to bring you up a little bit. The way that we control Udana Vayu is by working with the inhalation and your hold after inhalation. So our practice tonight from a pranayama or breathing standpoint is going to focus on the inhalation itself. Different ways to induce this other than the inhalation are poses like back bends, certain twists, mostly standing twists, help with Udana Vayu. Chanting, singing, so we're going to be doing some chanting if you want to. You can just listen to me if you want. And then extension postures where we're creating length in the spine. So it's about this ascension, this upward moving energy. So hopefully that works for you tonight. I hope you like that. Yeah, that's all I'll say about it for now. And let me know later on if you want me to share my notes on stuff. This is all recorded, so you can always review it online later if you want to as well, but I'm happy to share the information. Last thing I want to mention before we get into today's practice is that the Vayus, for those of you who are keeping up historically, come from the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, which is a dense, very heady tome. So don't go out and buy it unless you really want to study yoga. But I do talk about the Prana Vayus in my new book, Essential Pranayama. And I forgot about that until I started planning today's class. And I'm like, oh, wait, I wrote about this. So if you want to read about the Prana Vayus, it's on pages 3 through 5. And it'll give you the download on that. Sound good? All right. So to get us centered, I'm going to have you focus on this upward and outward moving energy or how you feel about that in your body. Sometimes like it's not a strong flow, and our class will help to increase that. And while we do that, I'm going to be chanting the chant that goes along with this Vayu. And each Vayu has a chant, and you'll get used to all of this. All right? So go ahead and sit tall. And the mudra or hand gesture for this one is going to be bringing all of the fingers except for the pinky. The pinky stays extended because we're fancy. And you're going to touch the thumb. And you're going to do that on both hands. And then you're going to have your palms face up, resting down on your knees. So all fingers except for the pinky touching the thumb. Pinky's extended. And relax your shoulders down your back. Allow your eyes to close. And feel your body become still. Your breath moving in your body. And just begin to contemplate how you feel in relationship to this idea of energy moving upward. For example, you might feel a resistance to that. You might feel like you want to be down on the ground. You might feel like you want to collapse, but you don't have a lot of energy. And that's all fine, but just notice your current relationship to it. And as I chant this chant, imagine energy moving from your heart up past your throat and out of your head. It might be helpful to imagine that that's happening on inhale, but just kind of have this idea of energy flowing upward and outward. Breathing calmly. Om Namo Udanaya Udanaya Nama Om Om Udanaya Swaha Udanaya Nama Om Om Namo Udanaya Udanaya Nama Om Om Udanaya Swaha Udanaya Nama Om Om Namo Udanaya Udanaya Nama Om Udanaya Swaha Udanaya Nama Om Namo Udanaya Udanaya Nama Om Udanaya Swaha Udanaya Nama Om Udanaya Namo Udanaya Nama Om Udanaya Swaha Udanaya Nama Sensing that upward and outward moving energy. And together, let's chant the sound Om 3 times. Deep breath in. Please bring your palms to your heart and lower your chin. Honor yourself as you are in this moment, body, breath, energy, and mind. And it's from this place within you that we'll practice. When you're ready, go ahead and roll the palms together, creating heat. And take the heated palms over your eyes, brushing back over the top of your head, down your neck, bringing yourself back to the room. Good, so let's go ahead and come on to our backs to start. So coming to lay down, please. Once you're on your back, take your time getting there if you're still making your way there. Go ahead and bring your feet flat to the floor, heels underneath your knees, about hip distance apart. Good, we'll start with some arm movements. We'll add the hips in just a minute. With your next inhale, go ahead and lift your hands all the way overhead, knuckles touching the floor above you. Exhale, release your arms back down to your side. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. Exhale, release the arms down. Let's do one more time with just the arms. Inhale, reaching through the fingertips, lift the arms all the way overhead. And exhale, release the arms down. We're going to lift the arms in the same manner. This time, lift the arms and also pick up the hips. Reach your pelvis toward the ceiling, bridge pose. Exhale, release your arms and hips back down. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms and hips lift. Exhale, arms and hips lower. We're going to continue this movement. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, releasing down. Starting to warm up the shoulders, your spine, linking your breath and your movement, your action and your intention. It's a great thing to have aligned. And as you're moving in and out of this posture, keep your feet flat on the floor. Sometimes it's tempting to lift parts of the feet, maybe the balls of the feet or the heels. Keep everything on the ground as far as the feet is concerned. Good. Let's do two more. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, releasing down. Good. We're going to hold the pose this time. Go ahead and lift up. Staying this time, arms overhead. And feel your heart bowing toward your chin, deepening the back bend in your thoracic spine or the upper back. And with your exhale, reinforce your pelvis toward the ceiling. Keep pressing up. You're almost there. Deep breath in. And exhale, release the arms and hips back down. Good. And then hug your knees into your chest. Good. Now holding behind the legs, go ahead and extend your legs toward the ceiling, pulling the toes back. Think about grounding your lower back to the floor here, feeling it cement. And just feel the length in the back of your legs for just a moment. And then take your hands down by your side. If you want to, you can even tuck the hands underneath your hips for support. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, extend your right leg forward about 4 inches off the floor. And then inhale, lift the right leg back up. Exhale, take the left leg forward. And then inhale, lift up. Exhale, right leg. Inhale, lift. Left leg. Inhale, lift. Let's do a couple more. Right leg. And up. Left leg. And up. Right leg. Lift. Left leg. And lift. Go ahead and take the right leg forward. Let's stay this time. We're going to stay for about 2 to 3 breaths. Try to keep your lower back grounded to the floor as much as possible here. Good. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, take the left leg forward. Don't think about it, just do it. Again, keeping the lower back grounded as much as you can here. Warming up the core a little bit. Good. Inhale, lift the left leg up. And exhale, knees to chest. Take an adjusting breath. Good. And then go ahead and take your arms out to the side, making a T shape with the body. If you're close to furniture, you can do goalpost arms or cactus arms, however you want to call it. Good. And then lock the knees together and lock the ankles together. And try your best to keep them connected as we move through the next exercise. They may slide around a little bit, but just do your best. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, take your knees to the right. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, take the knees to the left. Inhale, back to center. And we're going to keep going from side to side. Exhale, knees to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, knees to the left. Inhale to center. And try to keep your shoulders grounded to the floor the entire time. If you'd like to as well, you can get the neck involved and you can try turning the chin away from the knees. Just a few more times. Exhaling to a side, inhaling to center. Good. So the next time your knees come back to center from the left, go ahead and hug them in again. Good. Taking a deep breath in and out, just feeling sensation. All right. From here, hold behind your knees or thighs with both hands. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, curl your chin in toward your throat. Bring your forehead up toward your knees. And try to keep this rounding of the upper back as much as possible. And then rock back to your shoulders and rock up toward a seat. And then rock back to your shoulders, then rock up to a seat. And just keep going. Rocking up, rocking back, rocking up, and rocking back. Back and up. Breathe as you move as you breathe. Massaging the muscles around the spine into the floor. This movement is also helping to circulate lymphatic fluid throughout your body, helping to boost your immune system. And if you let it, it's fun, but you have to let it. Part of that Udana Vayu, that upward and outward moving energy, is the ascension of mood. It's moving from a negative mindset to a positive mindset. So especially if you feel some constriction around letting it be fun, see if you can just soften that restriction, even for this moment. A couple more times, back and up, back and up. Last one. And then come on up to a seat. Be still for a moment. And you might sense some energy moving upward, rising in the body from the base, almost like steam. Toward the heart, toward the neck, toward the head. Good. From here, go ahead and come onto hands and knees when you're ready. Table pose. Hands underneath your knees. Sorry, hands underneath your shoulders, knees beneath your hips. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale up to hands and knees. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog. And let's walk the dog out a bit here. It's our first one of the night. Lifting the hips toward the sky behind you as you pedal the feet. Breathing length into your legs and spine. Deep breaths. Good, one more breath. Then inhale, come into plank pose. With your exhale, come down to the ground. Feeling the pelvis ground with the head, chest, and the legs. Exhale, release, curl the toes under, lift the knees, push up to plank, and back to downward facing dog. Good, in downward facing dog, lift your right leg high into the air behind you. With your exhale, swing or carry step the right foot between the hands, then turn the back foot flat to the floor, prepping for warrior two. So it's a nice strong bend to the front knee. Go ahead and reach your left arm forward and pinwheel yourself up into warrior two, arms parallel to the floor. And sink on in, looking beyond your right fingertips. Now, a good trick here in Warrior Two is to turn the palms toward the ceiling, and this forces your shoulders away from your neck, so you can't scrunch here. Good. Let's take a couple more deep breaths. Inhale. And then exhale, swim forward, bring the hands to the floor, and step back to downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Exhale, swing your carry, step the left foot between the hands, help it through. Back foot turns flat to the floor. Again, nice strong bend to the front knee. Go ahead and reach your right arm forward and pinwheel yourself up into Warrior Two, turning the palms toward the ceiling. Staying for 2 or 3 breaths on this side. Good, deep breath in. And exhale, swim forward, step back, downward facing dog. We'll do one more on each side for now. Right leg lifts. Exhale, step the foot forward. Back foot flat, come on up, Warrior Two. Sinking on in. Good, take a deep breath in here. And with your exhale, carefully swim forward and step back to downward facing dog. And we'll do the left side, left leg lifts. Exhale, bring the foot all the way through. Back foot flat to the floor, Warrior Two, come on up. Sinking in. Breathe. Palms toward the sky if you haven't done so already. And take a deep breath in. Exhale, swim forward. This time, step the back foot forward. Good. Standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Press palms to shins, come halfway up, inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side with a flat back, come all the way up to standing. And palms to the heart. Taking an adjusting breath here. Taking a drink of water if you need one. All right, so we're gonna do a sun salutation in just a moment. Before we get there, I wanna work on a little bit of twisting, okay? So please take a wide stance on your mat. And you wanna have the feet parallel, so pointing directly forward, or maybe even pigeon toeing slightly, the toes pointing toward each other a little bit. This will give you more access to your hamstrings and your lower back, more so than if you have the toes pointed outward, okay? So taking the arms out to the side, we'll start slowly with this one, and we can continue to go slowly if you want to, or you can pick up the pace if you'd like to. We'll take a deep breath in. With your exhale, bend your left knee. Sweep your right hand down to right in front of the left foot, and then finish the twist, pulling the left shoulder back. And then inhale, come all the way back up. Good, let's try the other side. Bend your right knee, place your left hand down in front of the foot, and rotate the right shoulder back. And then inhale, come all the way back up. All right, let's try the first side again. Bend the left knee, bring the hand down, twist. Inhale, come all the way up. And then the second side, bend the right knee, bring the left hand down, twist. Inhale, back up. Let's do a few more. Right hand down and up. Left hand down and inhale up. Bending the knee you're heading toward. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, twist. Good. A couple more times. Bringing the right hand down. Let's stay for 2 breaths. Inhale, back up. Left hand down. Let's stay for 2 breaths. Inhale, back up. And exhale, release the arms. Take a deep breath in and out. And take a deep breath in. Hold the breath in at the top of the inhale. For 3, 2, 1, exhale through your mouth. Let's do that with the arms. Lift the arms overhead, inhale. Hold the breath in. 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the mouth, release the arms. Again, inhale, lift the arms overhead. Hold the breath in at the top. 3, 2, 1. Release the arms, fold forward, exhale. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up, hold the breath in at the top. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, fold forward again. Last one. Inhale all the way up. Hold the breath in. 3, 2, and 1. Just release the arms, stay tall. Palms to heart. Tuning into that ascending energy within you, that lift, that rise. All right. So let's move through some sun salutations. We're going to work with Warrior 2 again. So go ahead and step to the top of your mat. Bring the feet about hip distance apart. Bring your palms to your heart. Take a moment to find your breath, aware of the inhale, aware of your exhale. And then we'll begin. With your next inhale, sweep the arms down, back, and up. And then bend your knees. Sweep your arms behind you, chair prep. Keep the knees bent as you lift into chair pose. Now stay for the exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold forward. Good. Palms to shins, halfway up. Chest parallel to the floor. Exhale, release. And step your right foot way back. And take the back foot flat to the floor, prepping for Warrior 2. So bend the front knee, and then reach your right arm forward to bring yourself up. Warrior 2. Staying for a breath or two. Deep breath in here. And then exhale, swim forward, hands to the floor. Again, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale to plank pose, straight line push up. And then exhale, plank yourself down to the floor. Releasing the feet, we'll come into locust pose, head, chest, and legs, inhale. Then exhale, release, curl the toes under and lift the knees, push up and back to downward facing dog. Take a breath here. And then go ahead and lift the right leg up. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Back foot turns flat. Again, Warrior 2, come on up. Sinking into the pose, holding for a couple of breaths. Deep breath in. With your exhale, swim forward, step the back foot forward, Uttanasana. Palms to shins, lengthen the spine, heart parallels the floor, inhale. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side with a flat back, come all the way up, inhale. And exhale, palms to your heart. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, sweep the arms down, back, and up. Exhale, bend your knees, chair prep, chair pose. Again, staying for your exhale. Inhale, lift. And exhale, swan dive, fold forward and down. Palms to shins, halfway up. And then this time as you fold down, step your left foot back. Take the back foot flat to the floor, nice bend to the front knee, and come on up, Warrior 2. Good, staying for a breath or two. Deep breath in. And then exhale, swim forward, step back again, downward facing dog. Plank pose. To the earth, exhale. Coming up, locust, head, chest, and legs. Exhale, release, curl the toes under, lift the knees, push up and back, downward facing dog. Staying for a breath. Good, then left leg lifts. Exhale, step the left foot between the hands, help it through, back foot flat. And when you're ready, Warrior 2, come on up. Staying for a breath or two. Really depends on how fast you breathe. Inhale. And then exhale, swim forward, step forward, Uttanasana. Palms to shins, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold down. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up. And palms to the heart. Keeping this energy moving for a couple more rounds. Inhale, sweep the arms down, back and up. Exhale, chair prep, chair pose. Stay for the exhale. Lift on inhale. Swan dive, exhalation. Palms to shins. And release. Please step the right foot back. Back foot flat to the floor, bend the front knee. Warrior two, come on up when you're ready. Inhale. Exhale, swim forward, hands to the floor. Let's step back, downward facing dog. Plank pose when you're ready. And exhale, take it all the way down to the ground. Pelvis grounding, locust lift, head, chest, and legs. Exhale, release. Pushing up. And again, back to downward facing dog. Staying for a breath. Right leg lifts. And exhale, step the foot forward. Back foot flat on the floor. When you're ready, warrior two, come on up. Good. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, swim forward, step forward. Palms to shins when you get there. Halfway rise, inhale. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side with a flat back. Come all the way up. And palms to the heart. Take an adjusting breath for just a moment. We're moving energy around the body through our vinyasa flows, or sun salutations. And I want to really emphasize this Udana Vayu, this upward ascending energy. And the way that we're going to help to do that is by inserting a short pause at the top of our inhales as we move through this final round of our warrior series. My invitation here is just that. So if holding the breath makes you anxious or you feel like you can't do it, just breathe normally and maybe have an internal visual of energy moving from the heart, through the neck, and through the crown of the head. So it can just be that if you need it to. But if you can do the breath, do the breath. All right? And because we'll be holding the breath means we'll be holding the poses as well. So just do the best you can. Feet stacking underneath the hips. Find your breath. Good. With your next inhale, sweep the arms down, back, and up. Hold the breath in at the top of the inhale. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, chair prep. Inhale, chair pose. Hold the breath in. 3, 2, 1. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, straighten the legs, reaching up. Hold the breath in. If you can, bring the palms together. 2, 1. Exhale, fold forward and down. Good. Palms to shins. Inhale, halfway up. Hold the breath in. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, fold forward. Pin step your left foot way back. Back foot flat to the floor. Inhale, come on up for warrior one. Hold the breath in. Stay here, exhale. Stay in the pose, inhale. Hold the breath in again. 3, 2, 1. Swim back into bed. Plank pose, straight line push up. Hold the breath in. 3, 2, 1. Exhale down to the ground. Do your best. Inhale into locust pose, holding the breath in, holding the pose. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Curl the toes under, push up, and back to downward facing dog. Let's breathe normally for just a few rounds here in down dog. Soothing out any anxious feelings from holding the breath. Good. And then please lift the left leg into the air and step the left foot between the hands, back foot flat to the floor. We'll resume holding the left after inhalation. So reach your right arm forward, come on up, hold the breath in. 3, 2, 1, stay here, exhale. Again, inhale. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, swim forward. Step forward. Palms to shins. Hold the breath into the top of the inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side. Reach the arms overhead as you come up to standing. Hold the breath in if you can. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release, palms to heart. Standing tall, staying where you're at. Inhale. Hold the breath in and see energy moving from the heart through the throat, through the top of the head. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Hold the breath into the top of the inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. Deep breath in, feeling that energy move up and out. Hold. Through your nostrils, exhale. And if you just kind of feel this continuation of energy moving upward and outward, this ascension of thought, energy, mind, body. Good. All right, so it would be remiss if I were to teach a Udana Vayu class and we didn't do tree pose, because it's one of the best ascending postures that we have. So let's balance a little bit. Go ahead and have the feet stuck underneath your hips. Feel the weight of the body grounding into both feet, and then switch that weight down into your left leg. Just kind of lean over a little bit and get light on the right foot. Palms can be at the heart. And see if you can bring the right knee up. And let's just balance here for a couple breaths. Good. And then place the right foot down, sway to center, and then ground down into your right foot and start to pick up the left knee. It's normal if one side feels easier or harder than the other. Good. Then place the left foot down, come back to center. And then go ahead and shift back into your left leg, pick up the right knee, and then see if you can bring the right foot to your inner thigh. If not, see if you can bring it to your inner calf. And it's okay if the toes stay on the ground here. There's several variations you can do of tree pose. You can even keep holding on to the shin or ankle if you need to. Good. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Again, there's this ascension energy, this ascending energy that's happening in the body. And if you'd like to, if it doesn't throw you off base, you can try lifting the arms overhead. Keep the heart lifting here. And some of you may branch out, taking the arms wide. And then when you're ready, go ahead and release the arms and slowly take the right foot down to the ground. All right, let's find out what that feels like on the second side. So starting at the beginning, feet grounding, go ahead and shift the weight of the body into your right foot and pick up the left knee. Once stable here, you can bring the left foot to either above or below the knee joint. Just don't put it on the knee joint itself. Palms at the heart. It helps if you focus the eyes to a single non-moving point. Then again, if you want to, you can lift the hands up, extending the arms, heart lifting. And then you can branch out if you'd like to as well. Breathe. And then when you're ready, release the arms and bring the foot slowly back down to the floor. And just as a transition or to counterpose, sorry, go ahead and fold forward. Nice symmetrical stretch. And then sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way back up to standing, and palms to the heart. Okay, so one posture that we've been preparing for all class, all evening, is revolved triangle pose. So I'm just going to show you how to get into it first, and then we'll practice it together. What you may need, if you have any props available, you may need a block. If you don't have a block, you can use a book or a stack of books or a water bottle, something you can ground your hand on, okay? So I'm just going to have that nearby, and I'll show you how to use it here in just a bit. I'm going to start the posture from here, from standing forward fold. I'm going to take the right leg back and take the back foot flat to the floor. We were here earlier. This is a stance for warrior two, except for keeping the front knee pretty straight. Now, it's okay if you do end up bending this knee slightly. Just don't take it all the way into warrior. It can be a little flexed. Good. Now, if you're using a block, it'll either go on the inside of your left foot here or on the outside, and you'll bring the opposite hand of the foot that's on the floor down next to it or on the block, okay? And then you bring the left hand onto the left hip. With the inhale, you'll feel extension in the spine, and then exhale, you'll roll the top shoulder back, okay? So let's go ahead and try this together. So starting at the beginning, which is the standing forward fold, go ahead and take your right foot back, take your back foot flat to the floor. Good. Now from this forward fold here, you'll know if you need a block or not, because if your hands don't touch the floor, go ahead and grab something to help hold on to the ground, okay? Good. Have your right hand on the inside of your left foot. Have your left hand on your left hip joint. Inhale, straighten the right arm, the one on the ground. And with your exhale, roll the left shoulder back as if you're opening the heart toward the ceiling. Good. And this may take a few breaths to really get into. So with your inhale, continue to feel length in the spine. And with your exhale, roll the left shoulder back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rotate back. Now, if you're more adept at this practice, the right hand could move to the outside of the left foot, so the pinky edge of the left foot, and you could twist here. If that just throws you off, bring the hand back to the inside of the foot. Are you breathing? Please breathe. Staying for a couple more breaths. Roll that left shoulder back, exhale. Then inhale, unwind. Just start by staying in the forward fold over the left leg. Good. Take your time, but when you're ready, step the right foot forward, coming back into Uttanasana. And then when you're ready, we can try the other side. So taking the left foot way back foot flat to the floor. Again, a warrior two stance, so nice wide stance between the feet, folding over the right leg. Now again, if you need a block or a prop, just go ahead and bring it to the inside of your right foot. Left hand on top of the block or on the floor next to the foot. Right hand onto your right hip. Inhale, straighten the left arm, pull the heart away from the leg. Exhale, rotate the right shoulder back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, continue to rotate the spine back, feeling the navel pull into the body and to the right. Breathe. Something that I didn't mention on the first side, but something to be aware of here is to make sure that your back foot, in this case your left foot, stays flat on the floor. Sometimes it wants to roll toward the inside arch. Try to keep that grounded. Again, some of you who are more adept at this pose could bring your left hand to the outside of your right foot. Two more breaths. Good. Then to come out, inhale, unwind into the forward fold. Let's take a breath or two here over the right leg. Good. Now from here, we're going to come back into downward facing dog. So go ahead and just take the right foot back. Staying in down dog for a breath or two, just feel the nice symmetrical stretch in your back. And then carefully float down onto hands and knees. Release the feet. Exhale, Balasana, child's pose. Seat to the heels, forehead to the floor. And as you're resting here in child's pose, again, drawing your awareness to Udana Vayu, the upward and outward movement of energy, ascending through the throat, the crown of the head. Again, this energy governing self-expression, enthusiasm, the rising of positivity, evolution. And then taking a deeper, fuller breath here, go ahead and bring yourself up to look toward me. And I will demonstrate the next posture that we'll do, which is Matsyasana, fish pose. We're getting fancy with the poses tonight. All right, so demonstrating for you, so you can just watch. The first thing I'll have you do is to sit on your hands with palms on the ground. This is more to remind you to keep your hips down on the floor. Sometimes when people come to this pose, they try to lift the hips for some reason. You want to keep the hips on the ground. It also keeps your arms in close to your side, which will give you more leverage in the posture. So to do fish pose, you're going to push the elbows into the floor, lift the chest as far away from the ground as you can, drop the head back, and come down to rest on the crown of the head. The throat is opening here, breathing here, and we'll stay for about 3 to 5 breaths, depending on how long you can. Now, coming out is important here for safety. You want to push the elbows into the ground, lift the chest, look up at the feet first, and then release your shoulders and head back down. When you're upside down, you really don't know where your head is in space. So if you just try to skid down the head, you might hurt your neck. So again, when you come out, look at the feet first, then release back down. Okay? Let's give it a try. Come on and lie down. And again, when you get there, go ahead and sit on the hands, palms down on the ground. And again, the elbows and arms are close into your side. Good. Now it's really great if you help with the breath on this one. So with the inhale, press the elbows into the floor, puff the chest toward the ceiling, lift up as high as you can, and then drop the head back and carefully release the head down to the ground. You may feel a stretch in the front of the chest or the neck. This may or may not be comfortable for you, but just see if you can stay for about 3 to 5 breaths. Of course, if this is terribly uncomfortable, just come down. If you can, stay. Good. Now again to come out. Press the elbows into the floor, puff the chest, inhale, look at the feet first, and then release the head and shoulders down. You can release the hands from underneath your hips. And just feel sensation. Aware of the inhale, aware of the exhale. Good. And then go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, curl the chin in toward the throat. Bring the forehead up toward the knees, shoulders lift. And stay here. You can relax the grip on your knees a little bit and use the core to stay lifted. Deep breath in. Keep the knees drawn in. Exhale, release the head and shoulders back down. Again, keeping the knees drawn in. Go ahead and take your arms out to the side, either straight out or goalpost arms. Locking the knees and ankles together as best you can. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, allow the knees to fall to your right side. And then relax them down to the floor. To the best of your ability, ground the left shoulder to the floor. And if it's comfortable on your neck, you can turn your chin to the left, so away from the knees. And the last adjustment here. If you want to, you can take the right hand, just place it gently on top of the left thigh. Not forcing the twist, but just kind of encouraging that rotation in your spine. Now, as we hold this twist, let's drop back into that pranayama where we hold the breath at the top of the inhale. So it doesn't have to be your deepest breath this time, especially since we're twisting. Just inhale to what feels like a comfortable capacity. Just allow the breath to stay at the top for about 2 to 3 counts. And then exhale softly, all through the nose. Inhaling to a comfortable capacity, retaining the breath, and then slowly allowing the breath to seep back out. A few more times. Good. Take your time, but with your next inhalation, go ahead and come back, bringing the knees to center. Take a breath or two at center. And then we'll do that same practice on the other side. So taking your arms out. With an exhale, drop the knees to your left and then ground your right shoulder. If it's comfortable, chin can turn to the right. Again, left hand can rest gently on top of the right thigh. As you settle into the pose, we'll return to the pranayama, inhaling to a comfortable capacity, retaining the breath for 2 to 3 counts, and exhaling softly all through the nose, about 5 times. One more breath. And take your time, but with your next inhale, go ahead and bring the knees back to center and hug them in. Good. So go ahead and extend your legs toward the ceiling, holding on to the backs of the thighs. Pull the toes back towards you and reach through the heels. At the same time, think about curling your tailbone back down to the floor. Reclined staff pose. Soften your jaw. And then go ahead and bring your knees into your chest. And take your time as you extend your legs down to the floor to make yourself ready for Shavasana, corpse pose. Bringing any support where you need it, a blanket under your head, you can cover up with a blanket. You may want to turn the lights down in your space, whatever helps you to rest here. And as you come to rest, have the feet about mat width apart, toes falling away from one another. Arms resting about a foot away from your hips. Palms face up. A softness to your jaw. And a softness behind your eyes. Allow your breath to soften. And bring your awareness to your spine. And imagine that your spine is a slow moving river. And just imagine that slow current winding its way from the tailbone upward, past the navel, past the heart, past your throat, third eye, and out through the crown of your head. And just meditate on that current flowing upward through the spine and out through the crown of the head, that river of energy. Peace, peace, peace. Go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath, please. And make some gentle movements in your hands and feet, your arms and legs. When you're ready, please roll to your right side. And take your time as you come up to a comfortable seat. So if you're still making your way to a seat, continue to move at your own pace. Once you're here, sit tall. We'll be here for about 5 or 7 minutes or so. So you want to make sure that you're comfortable. So feel free to sit on a couple of folded blankets or a block or a cushion. And we'll practice the Udana Vayu meditation. So there are a few steps to this. First is that we're used to breathing exclusively through the nostrils in yoga most of the time. This entire technique will be through your mouth. So if you need to close your mouth to like wet it or something at some point, feel free to do that. But do know that it's all going to be through the mouth here. So the technique will be inhaling through the mouth. We'll hold the breath in and we'll visualize light at the throat. And then as we exhale, we're going to chant the sound Om. And it's going to be one long Om, just like we do at the beginning of class. And the visual for that is you're going to see that ball of light expand into the furthest corners of the universe. It gets pretty big here because that's what we're doing. We're ascending, we're putting ourselves back out into that space. And we'll do that 10 times total, so 10 chanting of Om, and then we'll just sit with the vibratory essence of that at the end. And I'll give you some good visuals and stuff when we get there. All right. So bring your hands back into the Udana Mudra, which is all fingers except for the pinky touch the tips of the thumb. Pinky stay extended because it's like a fancy cup of tea. And then turn your palms upward on your knees. Good. So just become aware of your breath first. Good. Now take a deep breath in through your mouth slowly and see the breath just come to the throat, bringing your consciousness to the throat. Hold the breath in and see a ball of light at the throat, building vitality and energy. And then chanting the sound Om. Om. Seeing that vibration go out to the universe. Inhale through the mouth, consciousness to the throat. Hold, seeing light at the throat, a ball of light. Inhale through the mouth, consciousness to the throat. Hold, seeing light at the throat. Vibrations going out to the universe. Inhale through the mouth. Hold, light at the throat. Light going out to the universe. 6 more times. Inhale through the mouth. Hold light at the throat. Five more times on your own. One more time. Keeping the mouth closed, breathe through the nostrils. Bring your awareness to the throat. You can see the throat as the center of cosmic sound, speech, and vibration. All vibratory frequencies in the universe emanating from this center. And see that energy as deep blue light. See it rise like a lotus flower growing from the throat up through the center of your brain. And deep blue flower. See it bloom at the top of your head. Again, that center of cosmic sound, vibration, and speech, the essence of expression. And keeping that internal visual of that dark blue lotus rising from the throat through the crown of the head. You being that center of cosmic sound. Bring your palms together at your heart. May you feel connected to this wind, this movement of energy or prana, uplifting, self-expression, will, enthusiasm. How can this serve you? How will this serve you? Mm. Honoring that movement of energy within you. And may your effort here tonight and this practice continue to serve you in that endeavor. So until next time, namaste. Thank you. So, as a contemplation, if you want to keep working with this idea of Udana Vayu, is to keep contemplating it, maybe journal about it, or consider how this idea of rising energy and self expression can be more manifested in your life and how you can call on this energy when you need to. You can rewatch the class and the meditation, and you can redo some of this work if you'd like. If you want to, you can pick up my book if you don't have it already. There's a perfect practice for engaging Udana Vayu or helping build it. And that is on page 82. And it's called Energizing Usuaiiy Pranayama. So it's all about stimulating the throat chakra and getting that energy kind of rising through the body. So page 82 in the book. Thank you.